Okay, we had a great week one, and we wanted to give you a couple updates on some changes we made based on feedback and thoughts that we had and things we noticed during the time on Tuesday. So, first of all, we are so blessed by how it went. It really went well. We have kinks to work out, but they're not big kinks, so that was a win. The first thing we noticed is with the red group. We have really young kids and they're super squirmy. So we thought we would try to give them a 10 to 15 minute break, kind of at the end of their science, at the beginning of the history, and let them kind of run around and get some of that energy out, just to break up their day. If you're in charge of the red group and you see them combusting, we want you to figure out what that timing is, whether it's run to the fence and back twice, or we want you guys to kind of figure that out. And we're gonna be meeting specifically with the moms of the red group. If you're a mom of the red group and that's where your kid's at, we would love it if you could jump in and see if they need help multiple times throughout the day. We're gonna keep 2 moms with the red group at all time. So if you are with the red group, and you have a kid there, just maybe stick around and make sure there's 2 moms in the room at all time. Our yellow group, the older kids, they need a quick snack. Their snack is the very end of the day, and so we're gonna try to give them a quick snack at the end of memory work. So please have them have a very specific snack in a specific spot so they're not digging through their lunches, so they can grab it and within about 3 to 5 minutes just have a snack and move on. So we noticed that in the morning time, the very beginning, like when we're all a group, the backpacks were a bit of an issue. And so what we're gonna do is have everybody come in through that side and into the playground area to start the day. There were too many moms inside, and this is all kind of coming from Trinity. They've checked up on us a couple times. They do not want kids out on the playground alone, and there were a couple times where kids were on the playground. So we find that it might be best if all moms enter through the playground on that north side, and then everybody stay out there until they drop their backpacks off on their way going into the main room. So right at 8:55, we're gonna ring the bell and we're gonna walk in through the presentation room, which is the far room. I think it's 110, the farthest one away. We're gonna walk through presentation room, drop backpacks off where your backpacks need to be, and we're gonna have that labeled. And then the red group will sit in the very front line, the blue group will sit, and so on. And it'll be labeled as well. This is just gonna help with the flow, help with memory time. If you are the group leader, so if you are in charge of the yellow group or the red group for that day, you're gonna be in charge of these backpacks and making sure the kids pick them up on their way into their first classroom and keep them with them throughout the day. So for teachers and assistants, this is for history and science. You have a history and a science teacher and their assistants. You guys are in charge at the end of the day of making sure that your rooms are cleaned up. The trash cans are emptied, so you're gonna dump everything into the big trash can, keep the plastic part in the trash can, but get all the trash out, and then wipe down the tables. They were left in good condition, but we wanna make sure both the assistant and the teacher stay in the classroom and just make sure that's a standard. For presentations as well, whoever's in charge of presentations and memory work kind of wipes down and clears off. So there is that. So the double doors leading to the parking lot are gonna be locked, and that is Trinity's request. They want one entrance into the facility for safety purposes, and they have asked that we keep that locked. And again, they checked on us a couple times. So if you get there to set up for your weekly lesson, if you are teaching, you're gonna be able to open those doors and drop stuff off. But we are gonna close the doors at 8:45, and then we ask that everybody enters through the playground. And again, that's per Trinity's request. They just wanna keep the facility safe, and we really appreciate that. If you see the door propped open, kindly close it, okay? If you are a helper, so that means, maybe I already covered this, I'm sorry. Okay, a couple things. Sarah Estes, one of the awesome moms that's on our campus, is gonna give a tutorial. She just has a passion for this, and she's really good, as we all saw, at keeping those kids in line, having creative ways to get them from one place to the next, and also helping even with like timing within the room. And so she's going to give a more detailed tutorial. We'd love you to watch it if you're going to be one of the room moms, and that way you just know what would be the most helpful for the flow of the day. If you are an assistant in a room, so that's a history assistant or a science assistant, we want to make sure that you're asking your lead teacher what she expects in the morning, helping her transition, helping her with questions on how the class would go. If there's anything she needs, that you're there. Again, this all went really well. We just want to reiterate the positions because we had a lot of people come up to us at the end and go, okay, I'm an assistant next week and I don't even know what that means. So those are the people that are on hand for the art and history teacher. I hope that made sense. Also, make sure you're checking the welcome table each week. In the back where the coffee was, there's a welcome table. On that table, Michelle Temple has printed up all the roles for the following week. She's printed up anything that you could think of, really. It's quite impressive, and it really looks cute too. So she did a great job, and she's just gonna make sure that all of that is available for everybody. So keep that in mind as you're going through. Go ahead and make sure that we see that. Also, I know a lot of you guys got in your solar system projects, so bring those, drop them off. One more thing. So the clipboards with all the different options for potluck, and if you want to be a music teacher or leader or any of those things, there's like the taking pictures, I think a yearbook. There's other ways that you can serve the community if you have gifting. So please check the welcome table and let's fill up those spots so that we don't have to beg. And on the playground, we're going to email out, I think in this same email, so Trinity kindly emailed us their policy this week again about what the playground should look like at lunchtime. And I think they maybe were just checking on us to see how we did as a community. A couple things came up. First, we want to keep all younger kids really safe on the younger kids side of the playground. So there were some things that we saw where we just want to keep them safe. So the kids need to, if you're in the older two groups, I believe the yellow group or the green group, those are the older two groups, they're going to need to stay on the bigger side. So also no jumping off playground equipment, no riding the cars on the side of the hill. The cars need to stay on the cement on the lower kid side, and that's for the lower two grades. If the lower two grades want to come over to the big side, that's fine. We just don't want the big kids kind of going and taking over the little kids zone. So again, keep kids off the outside of the play equipment. That means climbing up the sides of the equipment and jumping off or whatever. So we got to be the good eyes on the playground. And also with safety, they don't want any kids in any classrooms unmonitored, and that's for any age. So at lunchtime, at snack time, before school, you are in charge of your kids. They need to be on the playground and they need to be monitored. If you are not in a classroom setting up, we just ask that you would fill in that gap for moms who are by helping out on the playground. Hopefully it won't be as hot anymore. It was so hot, but even with the heat, we still need to try to stay outside and make sure we're keeping a good eye on those the kids and keeping kids out of the classes so that they're not unattended. Lastly, I know I posted a little video, but if you guys have questions about Cross 7, please feel free to ask. You can email us, contact us via text. All of that information, all of it is on the website. If you haven't searched it, they did a fabulous job making that up. So please go check that out. We plan on doing hand motions each week for Timeline. And so they are on Cross 7. They're under the Timeline emblem, not under the weekly memory work. So if you click on the Timeline emblem, it says full Timeline hand motions. And I can help you get there if you need to. If you're teaching that week and you don't have Cross 7, let me know. I will gladly take a little video clip of it or do it myself and send it over to you so that you can be on the same page. We teach the hand motions with the Timeline just so we're staying consistent for those kids. And honestly, it's so much easier to learn it with the hand motions. So if you have any questions about that, we want to be a resource to you and help you with anything that you need. So we're really blessed by you guys, and we just covet your prayers for all of the teachers each week. And we were so pleased with all the hard work and how it went. So can't wait for next week, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.